If I talk too loud, just let me know. I'll walk around a little bit. But, I thought about it, and Jim said it tonight. You guys are taking out a Tuesday night. You're spending some time on yourselves, and I applaud you for that. And I started thinking, how can I give you something that's going to make a difference for you? And I started thinking, well, how is the simple stretches that I'm going to talk about? And Jim talked about gene expression. And again, that is our body's ability to express everything it can be. And if we do the right things, we get that. And we'll talk tonight about how movement, and Jim already did, about how movement actually allows our genes to express health versus sickness. So when we look at this, and I thought to myself, if I'm able to talk to you guys tonight, and if you're able to take away from this something that would allow you to have more energy so that you could enjoy not only your work, because I know you enjoy your work, but enjoy your vacations, enjoy your kids more. That'd be a good reason for being here, wouldn't it? And how about if you could figure out a way to have less stiffness and more flexibility so that you can do all the things you love to do, like bend over and pick up your grandkids or run a marathon if you want to run. Wouldn't that be a good reason for being here? And how about decreasing your body's ability to get sick and actually increasing its ability to be healthy? Wouldn't that be a good reason? Good job. So I have a quick. So what's my purpose today? Well, simply put, my purpose is to have you take action on at least some of what we talk about today. Everybody raise your hand for me. Everybody say hello. Hello. Oh my goodness, this is a crowd, boy. Who, by the raise of their hands, is going to promise that they will take action on something they learned tonight to make their life better as a result of being here? Good. Thank you very much. Some people were scared they didn't raise their hands. What will you learn tonight? You're going to learn how vital movement. Jim talked about how vital movement is. We're going to go into more detail on that. How vital movement is in your life. The importance of staying active daily. And like Jim said, it doesn't have to be running a marathon. It doesn't have to be the nutty stuff I do. It can be just very simple things that will give you. Why? And we're going to talk specifically also about your spine. Why your spine is so darn important. And why the heck is movement so vital? And finally, we're going to give you something. We're going to have you do something. Some simple yet effective stretches you can do to decrease illness and increase energy. So we're ready to roll. Here are the 5 truths that we know for staying healthy. Our genes are programmed for health. We are programmed to be healthy. When we look at the healthiest people studied literally are the hunter-gatherer societies of old. When we study those people and tribes mimicking them, we see that they do not die from the same lifestyle diseases. Did you know that 75% of the people who are dying in Western societies are dying from lifestyle diseases? That's choices that Jim talked about. They didn't die of this. And one of the things that people always bring up when I talk about this, and there's usually some smart person in the crowd that says, they died when they were 32. They did not have time to get sick. What we found was that the folks who did make it, because they died of injuries and infections and stuff, but the guys who made it and the girls who made it longer lived long, healthy lives. They actually died of old age. We don't even know what that's like. The only difference today is our lifestyle. Modern illnesses then are due mainly to environmental causes and not genetic ones. So why is movement so vital? Well, again, we're genetically designed to move. So if our genes express by what we give them, and movement is needed to express health, what happens if we don't move? What do we express? Something different than health. Yeah, illness. Very good. Oops, sorry about that. Hunter-gatherer societies, for example. Well, they weren't sitting. They weren't in the chairs, just like Jim showed. They were out walking up to 10 miles a day, foraging for their food, lifting their kills, sprinting around. Right? They had very little, if any, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, etc. The stuff that's taken our lives. 70% of the Americans do not undertake the 30 minutes of moderate physical exercise 5 or more times a week. And that would only result in 44% of what the hunter-gatherers did. But it would still be great. But 70% don't even do that. And current research shows, by the way, just in case the other question was, well, genetically, how are they the same as we were? That was a long time ago, Scott, 40 grand years. 0.02%. Our genes have changed in the last 40,000. Well, look at this. Movement keeps you young, youthful. That's my little daughter, Quinn. She's a movie. We were in the airport the other day, and all she did was run around and scream, "We're taking a plane!" Whose kid is it? Pointing at Julie. Lack of movement creates sickness. Ryan Joyner will be speaking today a little bit later about exercise and how vital that is. And when we talk about movement, let's look at what lack of movement causes. 23 of 35 studies show an increase in breast cancer for those women who are physically inactive. That walking or hiking less than 20 minutes a week was associated with twice the risk of pancreatic cancer when compared with greater than 4 hours a week in 164,000 men and women. That's quite a big study. Physical inactivity increases the risk of colon cancer. Sedentary men and women had a 56 and 72% respectively higher incidence of melanomas. What's melanoma? Skin cancer. Than those exercising 5 to 7 days a week. Inactivity plays a role in chronic diseases associated with suppressed immune function. Remember, if our genetic makeup is to allow us to express health, and we don't do the things we need to, then that immune system drops. And when the immune system drops, we're going to get sick. What does staying active mean? When we look, if we can give you a guideline, and we look basically based upon the hunter-gatherer societies, aerobic endurance was done every day. Now that meant a lot of walking. So again, you don't have to go out and run real fast. You don't have to get right to where you're dying and all that. Ryan will take care of that for you if you want to. But if you're just doing this on your own, and aerobic endurance every day, get that body moving. Strength training and